Hey, look at that. Nice and clean. There's coolant everywhere. What's up, everybody? It's me, Austin, and today we're going to be working on the Chevy Cobalt SS again, the Supercharged Chevy Cobalt SS. I can't wait to get this thing back out on the road. So today we are actually going to be putting a new supercharger coolant pump in, and that's located down on the bottom of the engine. As you guys can see, I have my jacks and jack stands set up just because, and you know who I'm talking about, you know who you are, went in and said, hey, you're not using jack stands. I got you this time, I promise. I'm using jack stands today, just so you guys know that I am being safe. So Randy had picked up a package from ZZ Performance, right over here, ZZ Performance, and this should be our supercharger coolant pump. So I'm going to bust this open after I get this car jacked up, and we will go from there. And this will be more of like a tutorial or a how-to video, just because I haven't seen a ton of videos out here on YouTube about putting in one of these supercharger coolant pumps. So I'm going to put you guys up on the tripod. I'm going to give you guys a snap, and we'll be right back. Alrighty. So we got the car up in the air. It doesn't look natural at all. It absolutely unnatural. But so what we need to do is we actually need to double check to make sure that this is the right pump that we need. So let's grab a screwdriver, because knives are dangerous. Man, I hate cutting that ZZ Performance tape. There we go. You know, they probably don't want these things to fall or have any damage to them when they get here. Oh, it's a nice Bosch. Okay. Ooh, trying to do this with one hand. Hey, look at that. Nice and clean. So now that we got the pump down there and ready to go, I do need to let you guys know that you'll need a flathead screwdriver for this job for the electrical connector. You will need a extension and a 13 millimeter socket on a ratchet and an extension. And you'll also need one of these adjustable pliers to get some of those hose clamps off. So we're going to get all these tools put underneath the car and that pump underneath the car, and it'll be a time lapse for you guys. Oh, hello. How's it going? Didn't know you guys were joining me down there. Oh, alright. So, as you guys can see, it's not very bright down here, but there's that pump we need to get to. I do have some hose clamps on there so we don't get sprayed in the face with water. Definitely would recommend doing that. A lot of things on the forums saying that you do it and you just get doused in the face with coolant. So this will be a little bit of a how-to. We're going to take off these two clamps right here, the inlet and the outlet. And then it should be two 13 millimeter bolts, one right here and one on the top side. See if I can get you up in there to see that. And there's the one on the top side. A little bit of a weird, awkward camera angle, but we just got those two bolts, those two hose clamps, and then it should be out. And we're not going to forget the electrical connector. So let's get into that, and I'll hopefully come back with an update of this being out of the car. Well, yup, there's coolant everywhere. So now that I'm soaked in coolant, as you can see, just got to put the new coolant pump in, and then we should be good to go. It's not that hard of a job. It's actually really easy to do. It's just dirty and cold. Coolanty. It's coolanty. So I'll be right back with you here in just a moment, and hopefully we'll have that new one in here in just a second. Alrighty, so we had a little bit of a hiccup with this part right here. This does sit on top of the pump. This is the old pump, and this is the new top. So when we had it in there, we noticed a leak coming from around the outlet area of the pump. So had taken it apart and noticed that there was a crack right at the bottom of the outlet for the pump. So we're using the old top with the new gaskets and everything from the new pump. So it's the old top with the whole new drive assembly, motor, gaskets, and everything like that. So it'll be like a brand new pump with the original GM pump housing on it. I don't know if that was done through shipping or if that was of my own doing, but it should be good to go. We shouldn't have any more issues, and surprised that this one broke where that one survived an accident. So once we get this back together, I'll get back with you guys and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, the truth. There's one. Alrighty, there's two. Down there. Tighten these two bolts down and we should be good to go. Alrighty, and the final thing we have to do is attach this clippy right here. Hey. Alrighty, got that done. So again, it's this one plug, these two bolts, these two hose clamps. And that's if it's easy. And like I said earlier, we had that issue of this top being cracked on the new pump. So we got it switched over. This one's not leaking at all. So now we just got to test it. Well, put more coolant in it and test it. Alrighty, and now it's together. Yay. So all we have to do now is put some Dex-Cool in it. That's the GM approved formula. Dex-Cool. Got to put it up to the full when hot level. One thing I do need to mention though is using these hose clamps worked amazing. I didn't get a face full of coolant. I just got a shoulder full of coolant. Mostly what was left over in the pump though. So these helped. I picked these up from Harbor Freight. Super cheap. I think they were like 10 bucks, maybe less. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not completely soaked. So there's no real big issue there. Yeah, let's get the car started and get some coolant in there. And then we'll definitely see if the system is working or not. And what? Alrighty, so as you guys can hear, we got it all back together. Coolant's going how it needs to go. Bled all the air out of it, so we should be good to go. Ready to rip, tater chip, as Cletus says. Man, I love watching this channel. So I'm gonna end off this video right here, and I'm gonna give you guys a couple revs with the exhaust perspective. You know, hopefully get some good exhaust notes for y'all. So I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.